back to this screen here. This is Renee running along the beach at Port Macquarie. I love that photo. So cool, hey? Dogs in tow. So what does it mean to be a mentor? And one of the fears I want you guys to move through in this mentoring and through this program is the word mentor, and think that you need to know everything. Like mentor is just this holy grail guru person that knows everything. I certainly don't know everything when it comes to doTERRA, or certainly not everything else. I'm specializing in doTERRA at the moment, but I don't know everything. When I started mentoring, I most definitely, surely didn't know everything. I've learned through doing, and that's like one of the biggest things that happens in doTERRA is learning through doing. So you kind of have to just jump off the edge sometimes. You just have to fall into it, and it's okay if you don't know everything. It's basically just being a friend and a shoulder to lean on, and somebody to learn with, and an accountability partner. So somebody that you're just checking in. And Tracy, I know she is a great accountability partner, and she's had a great accountability network happening around her for many years. And they purely just hold each other to their word. It's just a bunch of friends hold each other to their word and say, I'm going to do this on this day, and they do it. Or they just check in and say, how's that going? Is there anything that you're working that, I can do that might help? It's purely just being an accountability partner. And in being a mentor, what I would ask of you guys mostly, in line with the intention of our group, is to be uplifting, inspiring, and motivating to your mentees. So there's going to be some moments where your mentees are a little bit down in the dumps. They're not feeling too motivated about life or sharing the oils, or not getting the results. And it's very important to listen to what they have to say, because they have something to say, and sometimes you just have to let go. But it's just as important to move through it and move back into that space of positivity and say, I understand. I know what you're going through. I went through the same thing as well. You know what? I had those days, and this is what I did to get over it, move through it. And this is what I did to help me and actually get results. Just do your best in knowing everything. Use the Empower Success System. It has all the answers in there. In those guides, there's going to be the answers of what you need on the questions that you're getting in mentoring, or the questions you should be asking in mentoring, to evoke out of the mentee, what's actually going on. Upstairs is a baby losing their blanket. It's witching out in the Twilly household at the moment. So don't be scared to ask questions. Ask in the group, and if you don't get a response in the group, then you ask your upline. There's so many places that you can get these answers: in the Empower Success series, in our group, your upline, your crossline. Like, we're all here to help each other. It's okay to say, you know what, I don't have the answer. Let me go find out, or let's find out together. Friends. So the mentoring roles, the main mentoring role is this weekly mentoring. So this is the most important part, that we're really focusing on getting people to commit to this weekly mentoring. It's just accountability, feeling a success check-in. Once you've sent that to me, then let's connect. Like I mentioned earlier, this could be a Zoom call, a phone call, a Facebook voice message. Remember, Facebook voice messages are only limited to 1 minute. So you got to just quickly put in the points that you want to get across to your mentor. Voxer, WhatsApp. So these are some tools that you guys can use or expect from the mentor and the mentee. Yeah, it might take a little bit of experimentation. I did a Zoom call today. It was a 4-way. What I actually recommend is if you are mentoring for the first time, you're a little bit nervous about it, then ask your upline to arrange a 3 or 4 or 5-way call with a couple of mentees and just go through how you do it, how you use the success check-in, and just build that confidence. So just a reminder as well with that success check-in form is that it's the mentee's responsibility to do this. You're not doing it for them. So if they go, hey, I'm ready for my mentoring session, and then there's a blank form in front of you and you go through it, you fill it out with them for a half an hour, waste of time. Yeah. They have to have that filled out, done before your agreed time on a weekly basis. And if the next week they say, oh, well, we'll just do 2 mentoring sessions this week so we can make up for the points or whatever. No, the week's gone. This is about, scheduling the time and showing up and being true to your word and doing the success check-in and doing the mentoring. You've got to show up in this business. Like, you can't just say, well, it doesn't suit me today, I'm not going to do it. And there's a room of 10 people there waiting for their introduction to the oils. Doesn't work like that. So collecting the points tally and tracking sheet. So this needs to be done on a monthly basis. And these need to be forwarded to your gold and above leader. So your mentees are sending it to you at the end of the month, and then you're sending that to your gold and above leader. And the reason why we're doing it that way is because no golds are actually participating, but some of you who are mentoring are participating. So we don't want you to spoil the fun by, seeing the points and, what other people are doing and all that sort of stuff. So the goals and above are the ones that are actually doing the point tracking into a central spreadsheet. So at the end of the month, you just send them to your gold and above leader, oil tracking sheet, and the monthly tally point sheet. I don't care if you don't do the point tracking sheet or your mentees don't do the point tracking sheet. They don't care about the points. I don't care about the points. It's not everyone's cup of tea. What I do care about is the weekly check-in, the accountability, and you just being there to help your mentees, keep them accountable, keep them motivated, give a little bit of inspiration and tips on how to get these enrollments. So you guys will also be doing One Thing mentoring. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, just explain how to do it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a little bit tricky, but you'll see this is all about creating belief. And the reason why I love this One Thing mentoring, I actually recommend you don't go through One Thing mentoring in your first week of mentoring, but it just comes in at some point in the first month. And this is a really good reference point for the mentee to look at what they need to work on more personally, more in the personal development department. And first and foremost, it's belief in the product at elite level, belief in the company at premier level, and then belief in you at silver level. And then beyond that, it goes through to, belief in your team, etc. And on this first section here, each of those squares is a place for you to put in a number between 1 and 10 to rate your belief level on the product. So we'd be ticking where it says, let's just say we've got a silver. You tick the silver box, and then you give yourself a rate out of 10 for your belief level in you. How much do you believe in you? How much do you believe in, or how is your commitment? Rate your commitment to you. Rate your modeling success habits. So what's your daily method of operations? Do you do 222-1? or are you a jam and cram? And invite everybody on the 30th and try and enroll everyone on the 31st. So, you know, just look at how you're actually, you know, doing these success habits. And also for you, more so for you in this department, what are you doing to grow yourself? Like, what positive actions are you taking? And then solidifying your certainty. So belief in you, and just giving yourself a score out of 10. And then you work through all of those from that level down. And then in the next section, it's just an opportunity for them to write a score once again for these parts, and then write a little bit about you know, each of those sections. It's pretty self-explanatory. I just more wanted to explain that pyramid there, because it's a little unclear, those 3 boxes and how you'd be applying them. So for elite, they'd be rating themselves for courage, for sharing experiences, and for inviting people to change their lives. Like how do they rate themselves on those 3 parts of what they're doing in sharing the product? And then as you move through this and you get to the things that they would be focusing on, there's some material for them to work on. So you can see in the first 2 sections there, which is for elite and premier, they're mostly doTERRA materials that we can all access just through the doTERRA website. It's all there, but there's also some fun stuff like, you know, watching Moana and Lion King and things like that when you get to the silver level. I think that's a good enough reason to be a silver, so you can watch Moana, if you ask me. So I'd like to open up the forum now. We've got about 15 minutes just of Q&A for you guys. So please feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions around mentoring if there's anything that's unclear. But once again, just wanted to really just remind you guys that the weekly success check-in, that's our central focus. We're using that template as the platform for accountability, and we're just staying in that positive space and uplifting the people that we're mentoring, being a friend, an accountability partner, and finding answers when we need them. So feel free to take yourselves off mute, guys, if you have any questions at all.
I've got a question, Byron. Can you hear me?
Yes. Take it away, Kylie.
In the success check-in chart, we've got the middle section that says pipes. I'm a little bit unclear on why there's 2 boxes and what we're supposed to be putting in all of those. Like, I get that the first one says names added to list. So, you know, this obviously would be creating our lists of peeps that we can be getting in touch with to share their oils with. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And then next one said sampled, invited to class. There's 2 boxes again. So would that be like in the first box, we write down how many people we've gifted samples to, and then the next box, do we do how many of those people did we invite to a class?
It's really hard to see. It's a really light bit underneath, I think.
Yeah, so
actual and goal.
Yeah, so you've got attended class or one-on-one. Is that what you're talking about underneath the P in pipes?
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So see how there's 2 boxes next to each letter, or underneath each letter?
Yep.
Okay, so P, let's start at the beginning. P, it says names added to list, and then there's 2 boxes under that.
Yep.
Why is there 2 boxes?
Yep. So the reason why there's 2 boxes, so you might not be able to see it, but the writing is really faint, and it says,
I might not have printed out on mine. Black and white printer.
It's really, really faint. So the first box is for what they did last week.
Carries over.
And then the second box is what is their goal for next week.
Goal for next week. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back and have a look at the proper printout on my screen, and then it'll make logical sense to me with what I'm not reading.
Yeah, I could see why that wouldn't come up on some printers. But yeah, just know that it's last week what they actually did, and then and then next week is the goal of what they intend to do. And then look, this is where you become your accountability partner, and you reflect and look back on what the goal, what they set out to do, and go, okay, well, how did you go with your goal of getting 2 names added to your list that you set out to do last week?
Yeah, sure.
And if they go 0, then that can be a place for you to go, all right, so were there any opportunities for you to just meet people, to share a sample, to share an experience, to share a story? And just as we go across through this pipe section here, I might just actually put you on mute for a second, Kylie, but take yourself off if you want to chime in at any time. It's just got a little bit of feedback. So we move across to I there, and we've got sampled, invited to class. So this is inviting, and this is the space where we're actually saying to people, if I were you, if I gave you a sample of peppermint, would you mind if I get your contact details? And then when you follow up to check in with them, you invite them to learn more. Would you like to learn more? Come along to my intro class. We've got a bunch of events that you can come to. So inviting, if there's a place that we should really be focusing our activities in pipes, it's the IPing. Invite and enroll, really. Invite, present. You don't even have to present. You can just invite along to other events that people are doing. Inviting and enrolling. Presenting, I think that a realistic goal for you guys through this period for 3 months is to have at least 1 workshop scheduled per week. Have it listed down. One thing that Vicky Drennan does, and Renee and I do too, and I can show you what we've got here, is I'll just go, I'll go big screen for a second. Are we big screen? Can you see that? I don't think we are. I don't think we're screen sharing at the moment. So, so we have a list of events that we have up and coming, and we can give this to people and say, this is what we have up and coming. You might be interested in emotions or digestive health or an intro class. You don't have to have something like that, but just at least have a schedule of something you can invite people along to. And it could be what they're interested in, or it could just be an intro. I have an intro class coming up. It could even be a tool if they're short on time. It could be a video. It could be the sample promo. It could be spring into spring. There's so many things that you can invite people along to. But really, if you want to be really committed and get the results, have some intro classes of your own scheduled that you can invite people to at all times. I have a class coming up. It's on this date. Can you make it? Oh, no, I can't make that. Oh, well, I've got this other one. Let's come along. That one's on the weekend, or it's during the day. Once again, actual and the goal. So under the E section here, we've got enrolled. So you're setting up a goal and actual here for how many people you enrolled last week, how many enrolled do you want to enroll next week, and then we've also, I love this part, is enrolled in LRP, and you may have heard of LRP as being the second enrollment, and it really is the second enrollment, because enrolling somebody with a kit, that's an awesome thing to do. But maybe that kit's just sitting there in the wrapper and the oils aren't being used, which is just sacrilege. It's a true crime, right? People should be going to jail for this. But getting that wellness consult booked in, or inviting them along to a follow-up class, encouraging them to gain the confidence to take the lids off, use the oils, and sharing the benefits of LRP and really owning it. Really own LRP. If there's something you can work on, if you're having a block with getting people onto LRP, it's usually you not owning LRP. It's the most intelligent way to buy. You get up to 55% off. This is how you get free product. All of those statements that you can say when you're sharing the benefits of the Loyalty Rewards program. And then we've got support at the end for S. This is lifestyle overview. So this is where you can use the Live Guide and do your wellness consults. And this could be showing somebody how to do the Live Guide. So we've got here mentored, trained. So actually showing others how to use the Live Guide and how to invite people to LRP and gain the benefits. And once again, how many have you done last week? How many do you intend to do next week? So does that answer your question, Kylie? I think
Yeah, thanks heaps, Byron. One last question, which I did type into the chat box, so I'll save you answering later. You mentioned the next sample group, Spring into Spring. Do you have a suggested launch date for that so we can start preparing some samples?
Yes, I do. And I did. I wrote it down in my brain, and you should have read it. The 18th.
18th, excellent.
Yes.
No worries. Are we using the same samples?
That's a really good question. I did say that I wanted some new content.
Yeah. And we were ditching Ice Blue.
Do you want to do Ice Blue?
No, I don't want to do Ice Blue, Rob. Seriously, do you know how hard it is to put it in those little packets if you haven't got them from the US already? Oh, messy stuff.
Yeah, in saying that, just going a little bit off track here. We'll have a chat in that chat group about those dates and what we're going to cover.
Cool.
Yeah. 18.
I think that's really going to help with the success check-in numbers.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Right, cheers.
And same with the Oil Academy and Oil Camp as well. So just keep in mind, guys, that approach your leader, your upline leader, about. Sorry, I'm just going to mute that. There's a fly in my speakers. So approach your upline leader for how they go about doing Oil Camp or Oil Academy, and align with what they do. Work with them in doing this follow-up program that they utilize through Facebook, because some people do Oil Camp, some people do Oil Academy. There's just a couple of different ways that we can do that. Kylie Lazarini's just got a question here. Will the Natural Solutions class outline be coming out with the empowerment kits now? And yes, the answer is correct. Yes, they are. Also, I'm just reading through some questions here. No. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to fly through the rest of that success check-in just to explain the rest of it. So can you guys see that success check-in? Yeah. You can't. You've got one in front of you. Okay. Just as well Tracy's prepared. So the first point there, celebrate and evaluate. It's really important to celebrate and acknowledge what has been successful for you, because everyone has their strengths. Everyone has the parts that they're really good at. You might be really good at presenting an intro class. If that's your strength, write it down. That's to be celebrated, right? What do you want to be working better? One of the questions I was asked on my mentoring call this afternoon is LRP. No. Sorry, one of the questions, we already talked about LRP. One of the questions was, how do I encourage people to get kits? People seem to be wanting to pay the $35 and just get a couple of oils. So one of the things that I suggested for them was to only take your Essential Collection kit, 10 oils, to your class. If you rock up with all of your oils, and they see that and they're just like, whoa, I want all of them. And I want these 5 or these 3 for now. If we focus on the kits, talk about the kits and only see the kits, then people are going to get the kits, right? but you get my drift, what we're using with the success check-in here. So where am I at? What's my rank? What's my average income? This won't fluctuate too much throughout Shine Your Light, but don't be scared to fill it in, because it could change. It could change on a weekly basis. I want it for it to change for you guys. If you're doing enrollments, you're getting paid fast start weekly. So you're going to be, premier bonuses, leadership bonus pools. I expect to see your monthly and weekly income go up if you're doing the enrollments. 6 enrollments in a month with your grapefruit, and you've also got the deep blue there. It's going to help. So let's work on getting this accountability and goals of your income up. It's very focused on income and rank in section 2. I did have the point raised this afternoon where someone said, I don't really care about the money, I just want to help others. And that's okay. That can be a goal for them. That's fine. Remember to ask these questions when you're using the build guide. What do they want out of doTERRA? Do they want to change lives? Do they want to contribute to a greater cause? Do they want to subsidize their income? Do they want to multiply their income? They get all these choices, and it's completely cool as to what choice they make. And that way you know where to steer them. Like, right, you want to multiply? Do you want to be a blue diamond or a presidential diamond? You got to do the work. You got to get in there and make it happen. So the vital action steps. So what needs to happen? This will come up for you. This is an opportunity for you as not the mentor, but the mentees. And these are the words that you guys will be saying to your mentees. This is an opportunity for you to check in, to let me know what you feel needs to happen. Based on our mentoring session, what do you feel needs to happen? And this could be simply, for that first example of what's working, what's not working in your business. Okay, I'm just going to start taking my 10 oils to the class now. And what do they need to do to make that happen? They just need to change the way that they're doing things. It's Indy pushing around stuff. We've got a new interior designer. And is there anything to feel you can do it? Just a quick little tick, checkbox. And is there anything I can do to help with that? That your upline, they might have an empty box lying around that they could help in doing that. So they can take that empty box, or the box with 5 ml oils, ideally, to the class. We're here to help. And I just really want to highlight this bottom line here on the success check-in, just as we wrap it up, guys, and I'm going to open it up for questions in a second, is my success is up to me. I determine the actions I take, I seek, and I gain necessary training to increase my results. So it is their responsibility. We're here to help. We're not here to do the business for them, right? That you can't do the business for everybody. This is a duplication business. We're here to help. We're not here to do it for them. And I continually break through limiting beliefs, build my character, and expand my influence. So they're working on their personal growth, their personal development. They're aware of what they need to work on. They're accepting that, and they're choosing to put in positive steps towards moving through those challenges. And they're committed. So one thing Margie and I really want to reiterate to you guys is that commit and recommit. So if people, they feel like they're down in the dumps, it's up to you to lift them up and go, no, look at this awesome stuff that you're doing. Look at what's working in your business. You just got this little challenge here, and we know that what you need to focus on in moving through that, let's put that into place. Let's see how that goes, and let's check in next week and see how that works for you. So just wanted to once again remind you guys that Margie and Renee and I are investing a large amount in you guys because we believe in you, and we believe that you can do it. You can get those 6 enrollments per month, and you know you're not going to be penalized for not trying. Just try your hardest. Do your best. Do your best, and we'll support you. Do your best. Show up, and we will support you. So once again, I'm going to open it up for any questions. Again, just keeping in mind, honouring your time. It's 9:04, but feel free to have a chat. Margie, did you want to have a couple words to the guys? Give them a bit of a pep talk.
I don't know. No, I think, yeah, everything Byron said. Ask your team member what their perfect life looks like right now. As in, you know, if money wasn't a problem or an issue, time, you know, wasn't an issue, what does their perfect life look like right now, and what rank, i.e. what income would support that? Because let's face it, we live in a world where we need money to survive. I really encourage you to ask that to them and get them to dig into it. Because for some people they might say, oh yeah, gold would be that place for me financially. And some people will say diamond, you know, diamond's that place, that diamond's that financial income that I desire, that I need, whatever, and flesh that out with them. Because when they are down in the dumps, or they're not showing up for themselves. And you just need to remind them of that. And if you take the time to talk about that goal with your team, then, you know, you are the person to remind them of that. And we're blessed with the structure of doTERRA because it's win-win. It's win-win. You know, you can't build your business without supporting your team members. So remind them of that. And that, of course, you've got their best interests at heart. So, yeah, dig into their why a bit, even if it's just as simple as asking, you know, what's your perfect life? What rank does that look like? Why do they want that money? What would they do with it? And reassure them that it doesn't need to be any specific answer. It's just what it is for them. And, you know, you as their upline, as their mentor, write that down. Whenever you're mentoring someone, have a sheet of paper open or a page open and make notes, because you're going to be talking to lots of people when you're mentoring, and it gets tricky I feel like it gets tricky to remember everyone's details, but it's important that you do. And over time, the more that you're mentoring with that person, you will remember. But first up, when you're learning all these new skills and remembering the success check-in and you know, knowing that you really want to show up for them, it can feel like there's a lot going on. Just open up a Word document and just type in as you're talking to them, and just let them know that that's what you're doing, because you want to make sure that you honor everything that they're saying, that you remember it, and if there's anything that you need to come back to for them, that you'll be able to, and that, you know, you want them to open up their document as well and make notes as well as you both go along. So yeah, if you've been in this thing for 5 minutes and longer than someone else, you're ready to be their mentor. Don't wait to be the mentor. Don't wait to be a diamond. Don't wait to be a platinum or whatever rank it is that you're going for. You can do it now.
Awesome. So true. Hey. Yep. And I love how Margie was talking about, don't be scared to ask those questions about, you know, where do you want to be financially. It's not a crime to have that set point or to have that goal to work towards. We all need money to be able to put food in our mouths and a roof over our head. It's not a crime to want to say, okay, that's the amount of extra money that I'd need for the holiday that I want, or it might be a car, or it might be giving to your family and friends. There's many reasons, and so many people will have varied reasons and goals as well. But yeah, definitely write it down. So you know the fuel that you can use to inspire their belief and them continuing to share and get the results. Because if you're saying to them, okay, well, let's hit diamond, and they're only at sharing stage, and you're going, right, we need to do 2 workshops a week and 2 new contacts a day, they're just going to hit the hills. They're going to go, oh, this isn't for me, I don't want that. And it can work the other way. It'd be someone who wants to be a diamond and you're just treating them like they don't really want it. So know what fuels the people that you're mentoring. What is it that you're saying them that keeps them driven? And say, I want you to have that family holiday. I want you to get that new car that you want. I want you to be able to give back to your family. Maybe they just want to be able to afford to buy a Lifelong Vitality for their family on a monthly basis, something like that. These are all perfectly good reasons for fuel, for desire to grow themselves and grow their business. So is there anything else that anybody else would like to ask or add? Please take yourself off mute, and otherwise we'll call it quits because it's 9:10. Or you got somebody, Jody?
Yeah, just about the Live, Share, Build guides. Do you know when they're going to be in the intro booklets when people enroll?
So I'm assuming, I don't know exactly when. I know they're available to get from doTERRA now. They will be the empowerment kit. We'll get the natural solutions class. And they will be delivered in our introductory packet as well when people get their kits. And I'm just assuming that they'll start to do that once they've gotten rid of all the old print stuff. They haven't actually told us when. Margie, do you know when that's happening? I haven't heard anything.
I thought they were already going out.
Okay, they are. Okay.
I got one with the Cleanse and Restore kit from the US, but that's from the US, so I don't know about the Australian warehouse.
Yeah.
So the new forms were in that one.
Yeah, so in the US, they've been in place for nearly a year now. Australia, not quite. Well, they're going out, but I can't say for sure if they're definitely going to be received from now on. But
I'm just wondering whether to buy some of the 10 packs of them, and a few team members have asked the same thing because they were going to buy a few 10 packs as well.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
okay.
I think they're sending them out now, like Margie said. And yeah, you can still use the old ones as well. Don't throw them out. You can still use them for price lists and things to hand out to people.
I'm talking about the Live, Share, Build guide, not the empowerment kit.
Oh, right. So they want to buy packs 10 rather than print them. Yep. Yeah, you can buy them now. They're definitely shipped. If they're buying Live, Share, Build, then it's definitely the new ones that have been shipped out now.
Yeah, you can buy them in 10 packs.
Yep. Yeah, they're definitely the new ones. Yep.
Okay, cool.
The introductory empowered kits, the natural solutions. So Tracy's just said that empowered kits are now natural solutions as well. And it's just the introductory packet, which comes with the kit, that will also be Live, Share, Build as well. And one really good question that was raised at Empowered Success Training that Margie and I did on the weekend was wholesale customers may possibly only get the Live guide and not the Live, Share, Build guide in their introductory packet. We needed to confirm that. I haven't actually asked that question, but it was really good. So yeah, just be aware of that. Wellness advocates will definitely get Live, Share, Build, but wholesale customers may only get the Live. I know that's the case in the UK, wasn't it, Margie? I think Carly Barley said that.
So sorry.
Go, Rob. How you doing?
I'm good, love. How are you?
Excellent, thanks.
So let me just get this right. I think what Tracy just said, was she talking about new enrolments will get the new stuff, but if it's the Natural Solutions class outline definitely in the empowerment kit if I order that like tomorrow?
I saw some people on Facebook today in one of the groups saying that that's what they've all been getting.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to order it if I'm going to get the old stuff again.
No, you won't get the old stuff. Yeah, according to what's
Well,
going on the
according to
great.
what I was saying today,
Yeah.
everybody who commented said they got the new stuff.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to get off here now and order it right now.
Yeah, we're due to get some as well. Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
Awesome. No worries. Any other questions, anyone? Nope. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Really looking forward to the Shine program just benefiting everybody. For the leaders, for the participants, and both personally and also in their business as well. And just wanted to thank everybody that's contributing and being a part of it. It's really exciting. So thanks so much for showing up and attending tonight, asking your questions and being here. Really appreciate it. And we'll see each other very soon.
Yep. Bye.
See you guys.
That was awesome.
Yeah.